Status Guy takes on West Ham and Newcastle for his preview. West Ham at $3.25, the draw $3.80. Newcastle $2.10. This is at London Stadium again, Sunday night at midnight. So basically 12:01 Monday morning. Go.
Yep. Yeah. So Newcastle slightly favourites. I thought they were going to drop even a bit more since they were this morning.
This morning? The 4-1 over PSG this morning. 4-1 over
PSG.
Having 30% possession and completing like 250 passes to 800.
That's pretty,
That's a whipping, ladies and gentlemen.
Their form is unbelievable. So they won 8-0. And then 2-0, so those were two of the Premier League games. And then they won 4-1.
You're missing the 1-0 win over Man City last week.
And one. No, I'm talking about Premier League. Yeah, I forgot about that actually.
You've mentioned a Champions League game against Stats going, Jesus.
1-0 against Man City as well. So they just keep winning. And then 4-1 this morning was an absolutely unbelievable effort in their first Champions League win. And I can't remember how long, probably 20-something.
First home game in 21 years. The Geordies were up and
the Geordies would have been going crazy.
The tune. Yeah.
West Ham, they've been pretty solid at home at London Stadium. They won 4 of their last 5, but haven't beaten the Magpies since 2021.
That's 2 years. That's not much.
Yeah, they played like 4 or 5 times though. There was a lot of draws and 2 Newcastle wins.
We'll get onto a worse stat in the next
There's
game.
a lot worse than that, but I still think for 2 pretty evenly matched sides. But I think both attacks have been really strong, so I'm going the over 2.5 goals of both teams to score. I think this is an absolute lock. $2, so just easily I think both teams can score. They both play really attacking. I sort of like that game this morning. Could even be a 4-1 Newcastle again, but just the way they're playing.
Everything just hit the net this morning.
Yeah.
Sick.
One guy that's really surprised me so far this season is Anthony Gordon. I didn't really rate him that highly when he was at Everton. Newcastle picked him up. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists so far in the Prem.
I wouldn't be shocked if he's rested. He looked absolutely stonked at the end of the game today. He was running everywhere. He got tackled on the 85th minute. He's on the ground. He's like, oh, God.
He's the handy thing for this one, it isn't until the Sunday game at least. So it's not on the Saturday or the Friday.
Wednesday night,
so it's not too bad. But I really like him for a score a goal or an assist here at $2.50. I think that's really good value for a guy that's just been really surprised, and they've been going to him on the wing a lot. Having a look on the other side, Jarrod Bowen. If you're going to go anyone for West Ham at the moment, go him.
What about him in my fantasy team?
In your fantasy team, exactly. Perfect.
Scoring.
He's scored in 4 of the last 5 games, which is unbelievable for a midfielder. $3.75 to score. He's always a bit better value than your strikers, just because people go, he's a bit more of a midfielder or on the winger sometimes. He's not going to score, but he's been scoring every game.
As you said, there's going to be goals in this game
there's going to be goals.
So if anyone's going to get it for West Ham.
Even if you're doing a multi and you want to put him plus the over, things like that, both teams to score, I really like that. Then just having a look, I think Newcastle are going to win this one. West Ham have allowed their opponent to have 15 plus shots in 7 of their last 8 games. Those teams include Sheffield United, Luton and Lincoln City, who are obviously in a lower league. So they're allowing these sort of sides to have 15 plus shots. They did win a few of these games, but if you allow Newcastle to have that many shots, they're going to pour in goals. They're just elite finishers, as we mentioned this morning, winning 4-1 with 30% possession. So you give them a sniff, they're going to score goals. So that's why I'm leaning towards Newcastle here. They've I think Alex mentioned it before. They had 13 straight goals without conceding a goal. They got up to 16. 16 until conceding to PSG this morning, which is unbelievable. And they won 5-1 the last time they met at London Stadium. That was the last time it was West Ham's home game last year. Magpies won 5-1. So I'm going to lean towards Newcastle. They've had 11 different goal scorers this season already. They look absolutely awesome. So $2.10, probably my best bet of the weekend.
I like it.
What are you guys leaning towards?
Newcastle.
Yep, Newcastle.
Better.
I think the result this morning helped back that argument, because West Ham have been pretty strong. They're actually higher than them in the Prem, just by 1 spot in 7th. But I think you've got to lean towards Newcastle.
I just had to make like 5 transfers in my fantasy team. I had to cop the points deductions. I didn't want to make the
priorities.
No, I didn't want to make the early
we're doing a show.
I didn't want to cop the eight like you know how you get the 2 free weeks to transfer players. I didn't want to do it this early in the season, so I got to cop the -8 here. This sucks.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.